Hello gamers and welcome to the preview video for the DBSAS, the Demi Brigade SAS, and it's French Special Forces that were dropped in Brittany just before D-Day to connect with the local resistance and so on, tie down German troops, and they will get some support from the Americans, a bit in B phase already, lighter elements and then heavier elements by pattern in C phase. And actually this division DBSAS was a DLC division for Steel Division Normandy 44, and the first division I read in the dev diary where they used phases, so that units are limited to specific phases in order to give you an element of time. There is a ton of new units in this division, so let's jump right in. Infantry tab, incredibly cheap, and full complement of slots 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slots. Yeah, and only the last slot is 2 points, so really cheap. You get really cheap recon slots as well. You get 2, 4, 6 cheap tank slots. Very decent support slots, average anti-tank slots, very bad AA slots, 2 slots with for 2 points each. Artillery also very expensive, quite quickly, and air is rather cheap. So let's jump right in. And yeah, there we go. This is the first new unit, the FFI Franc Tireur Partisan, and they are a French communist, well, they belong to the French Communist Party, their military branch, and they always claim that they got the shittier weapons. It's only a rifle squad, only 9 men, but you get a Molotov, you get Raider, you get 3 SMGs that seem decent, 1.2 damage, MAS, not sure who has that, and availability ain't that bad. Even if you upvet them, you still get 6 in A phase, for example, and you have 3 cards. So this is quite interesting. And then you get another new unit. All those SAS troops are new. SAS Group FM. You get 2 stands, 2 rifles, and 2 brands. The problem is, they were dropped in. They are very squishy. Only 6 strength, but they have the commando trait, and they are only 15 points. But on their own, they won't do much. But when you compare that to a defense group, for example, it's actually quite good. Availability is also pretty decent. You have 1 card, and it's actually not phase locked. And you get the armored rifles that can arrive in C phase only. You can bring them in half tracks. 10 men strong with a bazooka, but no automatic rifle, but good semi-automatic rifles. Only 20 points. And then you get 4 cards of FA Marquisards. If I'm not mistaken, they are getting a buff in the patch, and the price goes down from 25 to 20. I think they at one point used to be more expensive as well, cheaper, and they went up in price, and they've been reduced again, also because the Molotov cocktails got nerfed. So 20 points. You have to compare it with the FFI, the Franc Tireur Partisan, and then you can see that you have the more men with the Marquisards, and also the automatic rifle. So it's a slightly better unit, I think, but it also costs 5 more points. Then you get the Armored Leader SMG. Is that new? I'm not 100% sure now. C phase only. You get the Armored Rifles Bar, which means they've got an automatic rifle and the bazooka. They can also come in the half track. Then you get the already known Commandant FFI. Cool leader with Piat and automatic rifle. For 25 points. You get an engineer in C phase only, You get the FFI Group FM available in every phase. It comes with 2 automatic rifles, plus some more normal rifles, one of them semi-automatic, but with limited range. And you know, it's a bit of a slow division with 70 kilometer speed. 10-man radar trade. Not too shabby for 25 points. It's an okay squad. In particular because you've got rifles instead of SMGs that you probably won't need anyway. Then you get the FFI rallies. I think they are not new, and they come with a light machine gun and automatic rifle. So here's a German helmet with FFI put on it, and I think these are some well, you know, they swapped sides, they're collaborators or whatever it's called. And yeah. Then you get 2 cards of SAS Chasseur Para. They come with smoke, which is really cool, commando trade. 4 stands for semi-automatic rifles and an anti-tank grenade. This is quite an interesting squad actually. It's unfortunately not really CQC, but it could maybe accompany a CQC unit. One problem with the Gammon bomb is it's also only 100 meter range, but still not too bad. And you've got smoke, so you could smoke and then close in on the enemy tank. Then you also get the new Commandant SAS, cool hat here, and leader, radio, commando, Fiat, smoke, can come in any phase. Looks really good for just, well, 30 points. But Piat is quite nice. A Piat, if it hits, can one-shot an IS-2. So, nothing to sneeze upon, in my opinion. You get the FFI sidecar, that's also down to 5 points, but it doesn't even have a radio. And you get the new SAS Jeep with 2 Vickers. Looks actually like it's 4 Vickers, but it's mechanically it's 42 with a radio, but it gets killed so easily. But if you want radio, you can maybe get it. You get the new SAS sniper, 3 men. Availability is pretty poor. You have commando though, but availability is not very good. He looks cool though. If you compare that with the German sniper that doesn't have commando, and I think you get 4 on a double-weighted card. No smoke though, but yeah, depends. The F5 Panhard is new, and this is the only Panhard autocannon car in the game, I think. There's only like a transport or something vehicle in Festung Groß Paris. Really good rate of fire. This looks like an anti-tank rifle. Then you get the already known FFI Saboteur, now coming in the nerfed traction, only 100 km speed. You get the new SAS Scout, and that's with automatic rifle and smoke. No recon option with regards to the vehicle. 2 cards of Cavalry Scouts. They can only come in B and C phase, but it's a really good unit. In my opinion, with the smoke and bazooka. You get a Stuart Recon tank, but only in B and C phases, kind of like the lighter parts of pattern are available in A phase already, in B phase already, and then you get the M8 also with radio. Nothing new. And the tank tab, FFI H-39 tank, never been with French troops before, or FFI at least. FFI Char, really slow, but 2 guns. B phase is a bit late, and the availability for such a tank is not so good, I think. You get the Panzer III, also not that great availability, and it's a variant without APCR, so the fast option, but it's questionable which you should take, I think, for the same price. You get a Sherman Commander in C phase, you get another Sherman in C phase, you get a Panzer IV in B phase already. This is kind of reflecting captured or hidden equipment that's being used. Same with the Jagdpanzer. I think it's for the first time that we see a Jagdpanzer in the tank tab. And then in C phase you also get a Sherman with an improved gun and 130mm penetration, which is really nice, but also only 90mm frontal armor. But you can get some really nice tanks in here. Support tab, you get the mortars and the SAS mortars with radar trait in A phase, so always take the SAS variant because they are phase lock. They are, I mean, yeah, they are both fast. The SAS one comes with commando. You get the Hotchkiss, MG34. You get a French supply truck with one card and 2 GMC supplies in C phase. You get the M4A3 105 howitzer in C phase, quite late. And then your command options are the traction, and then the new Jetberg. Is that a dude? It's definitely a new unit. So with commando, probably it was the guy in charge. And then you get the M20 commander as another option. In the anti-tank cap, you get the Partisans, now only coming in the slowed down, well, also in the Kübel, but in the slowed down traction, so not as attractive anymore. And the other option is the SAS Piat with commando, a few dudes more, and Piat has more range. So you get the Schneider cannon in a kind of captured variant. Very short range, maybe against half tracks in lightly armored cars in Yellow Forest. Other than that, it's or side shot ambushes, but it's also only 15 points. Then you get the I thought that's a Schneider, but it's actually not. SA35L27. Out of the top of my head, I now don't know what that is, and I didn't write it down. But I didn't probably check it because I'm really running out of time. Kind of almost midnight the day before release. Then we get this is the Schneider cannon with 70mm penetration. Really good rate of fire. You get the PAK 38 in A phase already. In the dev diary it was set to arrive in B phase only, I think. But I guess the testing revealed that if you don't have that in A phase already, you're screwed. M1 gun in C phase, I think it's a bit late for that then. Depends. 150mm penetration ain't that bad. PAK in B phase. And 2 Hellcats in B phase as well with APCR. So not too shabby. In the anti-air tab, super expensive, you get the Citroen Hotchkiss, which is not very good at all. You get the FFI autocannon, which is fantastic. A phase locked, and you get American support with the M16 and the M15 in B and C phase. 2 cards each, but yeah, really costly slots. In the artillery tab, in A phase you only get the SAS mortar with commando, so which means it also has radar. It's harder to detect. 3-kilometer range, which is kind of mean because it's kind of like a Fallschirmjäger unit, right? So it should be 1800, but I guess this division can need it. You also get the leichte Feldhaubitze. B phase onwards, no ammunition can go with it. You get the M7 HMC. No AT available with that. In C phase only. M21 MMC also only in C phase. And then you get 2 off maps. This one is a long tom reflecting the artillery available to pattern, and then this Jeep with BL 15 inch. I think this is supposed to reflect the naval artillery. Mort or Dorifor? That means death, and Dorifor, I don't know. Something like that. Now, to the air tab, you get the Lysander. I love those cheap planes. And this even has bombs, so this is really cool. 4 cards. You get the Black Widow fighter, but only in C phase, and it turns like a brick. So not that good. You get the F6C. It's a decent fighter. Available in A phase already. You can also bring it in B phase. You get the P47D 23RA, and that's kind of reflecting some of the together, I think, with the F6C, but for sure the P47D 23RA, some units that actually, I think 4 planes in total or something like that, that actually fought in A phase, so to speak, in the actual battles, and played a vital role in the French successes. Then you get a P38J with HE rockets, B phase onwards. You get this A20G 20DO in B phase onwards. I don't think it's that good. I've tried a similar one. Don't think I'm a fan. You could head on an opponent with that. 6 Brownings in the nose is not too bad. Then you get a P47D, a heavy fighter bomber in B phase onwards. Could be interesting, and you get a P47D rocket plane that you might actually need in A phase already. And then ultimately in C phase you get a Black Widow with 4 454 kilogram bombs. Black Widows have been available so far only, I think, in Group Modo D. Not sure if with the same loadout. They for sure have a rocket plane there as well, like an AT rocket plane. Yeah, but that's the division. I think the idea is to, you know, trade well in A phase and then have more punch towards the end. But then you'd towards the end punch with you know, with this improved Sherman ain't that great, I think. Also there's a lack of artillery support. There's only one 2K HE option. You don't have good AT guns. Only a Pak 40 is your best AT gun basically when it comes to range and against heavier opponents. And yeah, I think it leans towards a Maverick deck, presumably. I think you can try it balanced for sure. Vanguard maybe. I think this could be a Maverick deck. Maybe played balanced as well. I mean, you get decent infantry towards the end, you know, but it's not like overwhelmingly powerful infantry, but you get a ton of. So it also depends on the map. So if you play on Cell, for example, this division might be really good because most of the stuff is CQC anyway, and then you can do lots of ambushes with your lighter AT guns and get side shots and kill and uptrade quite heavily. Because when you look at, for example, this, it's 30mm side armor. Sherman, 45mm side armor. So with your Schneider, 70mm penetration, you get a side shot, you win. And yeah, so I think it's going to be a Maverick deck. But then what's my favorite unit? I will pick a new unit, of course. And I think what will I take? I think I'll pick Group FM is new as well. Yeah, I think I will pick the Group FM because it's got 2 automatic rifles and some nice rifles. It's civilians picking up arms to fight for their freedom. That's kind of cool. So I will pick them for a decent price. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until then, bye for now.